Use the Bitcrusher to go from this to this. Mastering in Logic presents Logic Quick Tips. The Bitcrusher is an amazing plugin that can subtly or not so subtly transform your sound. Here's 5 quick tips to help you better understand, enhance, and warp your mixes with the Bitcrusher. Number 1. Bitcrusher on a drum kit. Adding the Bitcrusher to Drummer or Drum Kit Designer immediately makes it sound bigger. It's an amazing tool on drums and I use it all the time. Usually you only need 2 to 4 dBs of drive and you'll get a bigger drum sound. In this case though, I've driven the Bitcrusher hard at 9 dBs and added a bit of downsampling to really colour the sound. Even though it's louder, it's actually thicker and more overdriven. I copied the snare to a new track so I could add some reverb, which I'll come to in a moment. The snare is driven hard with 17 dBs of drive, which really brings out the thwack of the snare sound. It's louder, yes, but forward and much grittier in the mix. Check it out. Number 2. Bitcrusher on reverb. Sometimes you might like your reverb to have more of a lo-fi sound rather than a squeaky clean ambience, so why not use the Bitcrusher to break it up and give it more edge? On this track I wanted to add some reverb to the snare. I used Logic's Reverb along with the Bitcrusher to add more colour to the sound. The reverb is short so it doesn't get in the way of the track, and a super short decay ensures it stays in time with the music. The Bitcrusher has some drive, but the main effect is the resolution. By bringing it down to 9 bits, it really adds some grit to the clean reverb sound and therefore adds some edge, width and colour to the music. It sounds pretty cool. Check it out. Bitcrusher on a bass. You can subtly overdrive a bass with the Bitcrusher or really change the sound of a stock plugin preset. Here I've selected a bass sound from Alchemy and really mess with it by driving it hard, reducing the resolution and raising the downsampling to really break up the sound and give it much more edge. All I did was adjust the dials until I found something I liked. Notice that I used the mix dial to blend the process back in with the original sound. The Bitcrusher makes the sound much fatter. Four. A Bitcrusher on vocals. Adding a small amount of drive from the Bitcrusher can really bring a vocal part forward in a mix, but in this example I've gone for a more extreme sound. A subtle drive, low resolution and downsampling to taste coupled with a 20% mix really adds flavour to the vocoder part and brings something new to the vocal sound. I often use the Bitcrusher on vocals to subtly bring the voice forward, but sometimes going extreme works wonders too. 5. Bitcrusher on the master bus. You'll need to exercise caution on this one, but adding the Bitcrusher to the master out can bring life to a track. It's almost like you're adding tape distortion. You'll want to leave the resolution at 24-bit, downsampling at its minimum, and the mix can be blended to taste if you want to. The drive is where you'll add saturation to the mix. 1 to 2 dBs is plenty enough, but keep an eye on the level so you're not going into the red. Don't forget to A/B it though to make sure it's adding something positive to the music. So, there you have 5 uses for the amazing Bitcrusher. If you're interested in learning how to get a pro sound for your music, mastering in Logic can help. So come on over and check us out. Thanks for watching and happy mixing and mastering.